Okay, so I woke up this morning and joined my class as usual, but then I'm like, wait, I'm working an event this morning? I wonder what time that is. Check the calendar, and it was during my class time. So threw the call on my headphones and it transferred that to my phone, so now I gotta head out and get to work. We're doing a video event this morning. I'm gonna be running camera for that. So for this event, I decided to record myself actually running the camera and compile it along with my ISO feed and everything. So we're going to be kind of going all over the place. We're going to be going and taking a look at my property. We're also going to be taking a look at a new network that I'm going to be doing, as well as going on a trip to Decatur where I'm going to be fixing up some stuff at one of the churches that I've previously done some work for. It happens to be my aunt and uncle's church. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. All right, that event went well. Now I'm going to go over to Mr. Evans' house where we're going to be overhauling his network. Well, since he doesn't exactly have a network now, I'm just going to say that we're going to be building him a network. But first I think I'm going to stop by the property that we have for the new house so that way I can take a look at it and see how I'm going to be able to run my conduit and everything for getting the internet. All right, so let's get out of here and go move on with our day. Okay, so I stopped by the house, changed. I'm now wearing, you know, more work appropriate clothes because we're gonna be drilling some holes, doing some stuff outside. I need to do a drone site survey and both of my house and do some drone footage for one of my new neighbor's houses. So, well, it's not a house yet, it's just the land. And then we're gonna head over to Mr. Evans' place and do networking stuff. I'm here at the new property. Dwight Schrute would be proud. I have land. So back about through there is where our internet would be coming from, through the neighborhood, through those woods. It's gonna have to come through here, and then I'm gonna have to trench it out and bury conduit to run fiber cables and stuff like that. So I'm gonna try and site survey this so that way I can give Charter everything that I have, so I can be like, look, here's footage, here's how things are gonna have to be run. Also, so that way I know how I'm gonna be able to run my conduit, because I haven't been able to get all the way back there and stuff because I haven't wanted to truck through there in the woods. So I'm gonna send the drone out instead. So let's get that fired up. So this neighborhood here is where I'm gonna be getting the internet for the new house, and I'm gonna have to bury conduit. Well, between me and Charter, we're gonna be burying conduit going all through these woods and to the property.
And look, Jamal's already back.
Okay, so I decided to not do my neighbor's drone videography today simply because the day is kind of overcast and doesn't exactly look great out. So now we're gonna head over to Mr. Evans' house. He texted me telling me that he's made some progress, so let's see what he has for us. Now, I plan on, while we're over there today, just kind of drilling out some of the holes for running the cables, and we'll do a lot of the running of the cables and all that stuff tomorrow. But yeah, so let's go see what Mr. Evans has for us. Okay, so I have all of the holes drilled throughout this whole space. I ran these two cables in the farthest bedroom. We're gonna have one up here for a TV and one down here for a desk. So both of these lines just come down here for right now, go up through the joists, and this, I don't know, rafterway essentially is how I'm gonna be running all the cables. We've been using this Ethernet cable from Ubiquiti. It's just the Unify cable. It's the UC C6 CMR cable. These are actually really nice boxes. The cable feels great, and they have tension control on the boxes, so it's a reel inside the box. It's not just, the cable's not just wrapped up and thrown in the box. So very impressed and very happy with this so far. But that's just about everything I have for today so far. I'm gonna have to, we found some new lines. We found, where is it? Oh yeah. We found this blue line here, which used to be a phone line, but it's Ethernet and it goes up to the kitchen. So I'm gonna replace that line, just tie to it and pull through, and run 2 network jacks to that, because on the other side of that wall is the master bedroom, so we can just open up that box upstairs, punch through the wall, and then have one line in the kitchen or at the dining room table and one line in the master bedroom. All the network ports on the patch panel that we're not gonna be using, we're gonna run up to the attic. It should only be like 4 lines, but that way that's the only way that they can distribute Ethernet from after we're done with this stuff, because the basement's gonna get all sealed in because, you know, walls are going up. So This way they can have easy access to run those cables, but just from the attic instead of the basement. So that's all I've got for today on this job. Leaving Mr. Evans after pulling cables today. I'm going to be coming back tomorrow and Friday. It is Wednesday today. Yeah, I'm gonna be coming back tomorrow and Friday. I'm going home now, and Ethan's gonna be helping me film my video comparison of a bunch of Ethernet cables. I filmed a segment for that video yesterday, so today we're just gonna be filming the stuff that I've scripted, the beginning, the end, and all that stuff. I scripted the ending because I've already done the tests already before, so the testing that you'll be seeing in that video is simply done just for the visual element to add to the video. I've already done all that testing, so I know how everything's gonna play out. Yes, hello Ethan.
Hello.
So I'm going up to Decatur, Illinois, so I figured I would show you guys what kind of lives in my tech bag that I take with me. So I'm going up to Decatur, Illinois, which is where my little cousins are, so bringing some mac and cheese, tripod for filming these videos, battery charger, my lav mics, external SSD, my multi-charger for all like my phone and watch and all that stuff, extra pair of headphones. I'll probably swap these out for the M50X's drumsticks because I'm going to be playing drums up there, and my Nintendo Switch for just some entertainment. Then we get to my laptop, just my MacBook Pro, my big one, and then I always travel with an access point just so that way all of my devices are already, connected to it, and I don't have to plug in everybody else's, Wi-Fi name and password and all my stuff. So I travel with an access point. Normally it is the Flex HD, but that access point decided it wanted to die, so I am now using the U6 Lite until I can get that one RMA'd. All right, so I'm about to head out to Decatur, so I stop by the gas station, and gas prices are up to $2.80 a gallon. Who would have thought that increasing our dependencies on imported goods would raise prices?
Yo, it's so loud.
I have arrived. So there's kind of been a few different conversations going on about how the basement's gonna work at the new house. And I've been really struggling just because of where everything comes in. I don't want to necessarily have everything by where power comes in, because then I'm fighting, crosstalk between power lines and stuff versus having it on the other side of the basement. Whatever. But so I've just been trying to find a home for the rack because that's where all of my cables are gonna go. We're not really gonna have an attic, which is gonna make things pretty difficult for running future lines. For the network jacks themselves, that's not a problem because cabling is super cheap, so just buy 5 or 6 boxes and run it all. But for the access points for the cameras, all of that stuff I'll have to do at once versus being able to really come back and add that later. Just because I don't want cables getting covered up by the contractors and stuff, so that way I can say, look, there's a camera here, don't cut that cable. I've just had bad experiences working with contractors in the past and doing the wiring as the building is being built. Usually we do that after the framing's all been done, but I'm gonna have to be doing this as the framing is happening. So things are just a little bit complicated right now. I'll try and show you the plans probably in the next ride-along episode, but yeah, that's just kind of what I've been struggling with right now. Enough networking talk. I'm getting hungry. I'm gonna grab my little cousins and we're going to Wendy's. Also, can somebody please tell me why Wendy's gives you so many things of ranch whenever you order chicken nuggets? Like, I feel like this is a little overkill. So with the help of remote desktop and a stable internet connection, I was able to, from my laptop, finish my video for Saturday, so that's tomorrow for me, but you guys would have seen that a few days ago. And speaking of their internet,
the Beacon HD also makes a good nightlight in the hallway.
Yeah, the last time I was up here, I installed some Ubiquiti gear for them, so... Was it the last time? I don't know, one of the times I was up here, I installed some Ubiquiti stuff. So they've got an APAC Pro and a Beacon HD. But anyway, right now I'm waiting for food, and then tomorrow I'm gonna go redo their church's sound system, so that'll be fun. So I'm back up here at my aunt and uncle's church here in Decatur. So before, their live stream bus was essentially just a volume control for their live stream. Everything was happening post fader, except for we were adding some gain to the drums. Now I've come in here and I've set up everything to be post fader, or pre-fader, so that way they can do a full independent mix using Senzon faders nice and easily for their live stream. So live stream can be hearing this weird mix, meanwhile house hears that. So that's what I've set up today for them, and we're gonna teach everybody how to use that tomorrow So I also put a mic last time I was here up in their organ because that's really the only instrument they use for their regular, like, I don't know, more traditional worship service. So now I gotta go climb up in there and remove that mic because they don't use it. So that's gonna be fun climbing around in an organ. All right, right up in there is where I need to be. So, okay, I'm gonna make the climb. Also, I repaired that soundboard for them, thinking they were gonna use it. They're not using it. Okay, so here's the mic. It's an SM57 that I put up in here. Yeah, I was just helping to pick up some of the organ. Worked pretty well, except for the fact that the highs of the organ weren't really picked up, so it just kind of sounded a little weird. I don't know. I tried something using existing equipment. It didn't work, so now we're pulling it. This is what the inside of an organ looks like. And this is the SM57 that we're gonna be striking. In order to get it out, I'm gonna have to lower it down, but also this little gap here where the cable runs through is not big enough for the cable, so I had to disconnect the cable and like re-terminate the cable essentially, so I'm gonna have to take this connector apart. I pushed the cable through, I just had to remove the connector here. This humidifier is new since I've been in here, as is the rest of the organ. But so the cable feeds through and comes out the front, which means I need to power down and fully shut down the organ because that's a fat DC power supply and exposed DC rails that I don't want to touch because I value my life. The mic is out, we pulled the cable, and now we just got to shut down or reconnect and turn the organ back on and get all the lights shut off in it. All right, so I have a mix leveled out for them on the soundboard, and this little Optiplex streaming rig has been working really well for them. It's still going strong 6 months later, although it's not too much time, but they've got their little stream deck, and they wrote a little cheat sheet for how everything works. So yeah, it's a good system for them. First service as everything being pre-fader minus the mic. I think I'm gonna do mics as post-fader, and then everything's gonna be mixed around that. That's my idea. Things went well for the most part. There were some issues, but aside from that, we should be good. All right, so service went well. The guys know what they have to work on, what they've done really well. They were doing really good with mixing. I think I had to touch the board twice during the second service. Other than that, they did fantastic. One of the issues though is that at their church, their properties team, the properties guys own all of the tech stuff, which is a problem. I've never seen a functional church where, or a functional church tech team where their facilities / properties department owns and controls tech. So, you know, done my part to put put my words in the people's ears that needed to hear it, that tech needs to be able to control their own stuff. Also, I found a gas station that has the blue kickstarts, which are like the best. When I talk to the camera, I drive like this, but when I'm normally driving, I'm driving like this. But it's just like, I gotta kind of get in here. I don't know. It's been a fun weekend here in Decatur, Illinois, but it's time for me to head home. Gotta go fill up with gas first. Some interesting things happened up at church. But that's a conversation for when I'm on the road. So every time I come up here and I'm on my way home, I stop at Casey's, fill up my car, and get these chocolate-covered peanut clusters. They're really good car food, and I still have another blue kickstart. So this is the one state where I can easily find the blue kickstart. We had some issues. We're replacing one of the pastor's mic packs. I recommended a good pack to them. They're kind of looking into it, and that's something they can install themselves. But coming home now, we're gonna kind of have to recap on what happened, and then, yeah, see where we go from there. Okay, I just had to come on here and film something real quick. I was just driving and I passed a guy and he had his phone up on his dash. I guess he thought I was a cop because as soon as I started to pass him, I watched him just smack it off the dash. All right, so I've been back in St. Louis for a couple days now. Everything in Decatur went well. The tech team up at their church is doing great. They've figured out a way to get a new mic system for the pastor. Their Sweetwater rep hooked him up with some new cables and stuff, and they have some credit that they can use to buy a new system. And yesterday I just finished day 3 at Mr. Evans' place, setting up his network, so I got all the bundles done for all the cables and got everything dressed into the rack. So overall, for the past week, it's been a pretty successful week. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe. Let me know what you thought down in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one.